as well. They're wondering, oh my gosh, Double 9 has gone and done it. He's got the one and only Bigiano. He's got
in the building, baby.
Bigiano onto the show.
We're in the building.
Wow. I'm so excited because, like, you know, this music, your Shia was like a banger, you know, and it still is a banger now because every time I hear it now, I'm still jumping on the dance floor. Like, you know, it's like, move out the way. Double 9's coming through.
So, no time.
No time. Wow. But I'm sure we're going to get into, you know, more about, you know, what you've been doing and, you know, what should we expect more. I know you released some other tracks as well, which we'll be playing on the show today as well. I mean, I've been listening to those tracks as well. I think they're fire. You know, I'm looking at the next bangers coming out of you as well shortly. But I want to say welcome to the show today, 35 and Social. And I really, really appreciate you taking out the time because I know you're very busy at the moment, bringing out new great things out there. But thank you for coming on the show and taking the time out.
Thank you very much. I'm actually happy to be part of this show.
Fantastic. Glad you are. So, as you know, we're talking about mature dating today. So, we wanted to, you know, get you know, your perspective on dating, what your definition of dating is, and being a superstar. You know, how do you manage dating? But we'll get to that. We'll get to that as well. But let's get into it. 35 and Social, as you know, we're talking about mature dating. So, what is your perception about what dating is? What do you think dating is? How would you define what dating is?
Well, I think in my own interpretation, I could say dating is for two people to be together in an intimate relationship. The relationship might be sexual, but it doesn't have to be sexual anyway. But I mean, it's about two people coming together to agree to be together and do and be together and work something out together. That's what dating is for my own definition.
Okay, so two people coming together, agreeing to be together. It doesn't have to be sexual, but possibly trying to get to know each other and discover something in common, basically. Yes.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. So, I mean that's got a very good definition because a lot of people misconstrued what dating is. You know, they're confused on what dating is. People think dating is just like, oh, let's hook up, you know, do one or two things or have some sexual things, and that's it. You know? But it shouldn't be like that. You know,
it doesn't have to be sexual. There are a lot of people we have relationship with that are friends, and then we still, you know, motivate each other in one way or the other. It doesn't have to be involving sexual relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You heard it there from Bigiano. He said it doesn't have to be a sexual relationship. You know, it's about trying to know someone. That is the way to go, not just trying to jump into bed right away. Again, the phone lines are open. It's 074-956-36899. You can call in, send a text, or send a WhatsApp. But I'm thinking you might want to talk to Bigiano, the one and only. Oh, my word. I'm so excited as well to have him on the show. Okay, so let's talk about the dating scene. But now, I know you live in the US, and also, I mean, you live around the world because you can be in the US, you can be in Lagos, you can be in Ghana, you can be in South Africa, you can be
anywhere.
In Malaysia. You know, you can be anywhere. You know, but so this question is like, okay, what I'm going to ask you about the dating scene in all these countries that you've been in.
Yeah.
How would you describe the dating scene in you know, in all countries? Let's start with the US.
US. Well, with the little experience that I've gathered around the world, I can break down few countries and the relationship status when you get there. I mean, you know, so for US, I say to you, getting a relationship in US could be a little bit difficult, I must say. And if you're not working in an establishment and you have a colleague that's kind of looking at you, or probably in your workplace or your church or something, it's very hard to find true serious relationship in America. I wouldn't lie to you. That's why you see a lot of people, they just run away from there, go to wherever, Africa, to go find to be in a relationship. I don't know, for some reasons, everybody's on the run in America.
Everybody's on the run. Wow.
Everybody's on the run. And the old women in America, most of the women that are really looking for a true serious relationship are hardworking women, independent women, and they don't want any kind of man to just come jump around and be wasting their time. So it's kind of crazy that way, that side. It's kind of crazy that side.
Okay. So in the US, it's kind of hard to find a relationship or even have proper dates, basically. Then, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about Lagos.
Oh, Lagos. Lagos.
I like how you say that. I like how you say you have to take a pause on that. Like, Lagos. Okay.
Lagos. Well, to be very honest, I'll give you a candid, my own point of view. Yeah. Lagos is a fun place to be, and when it comes to relationship in Lagos, well, it's 50-50 kind of chances thing. For a lot of people, it's kind of working. And for a lot of people, nothing is even working because there's some factors that actually, automatically kind of change the perception of every of these girls out there in Lagos. They want something for something. They don't want to just believe in a guy loves them. When you tell them you love them, they want to think you're probably just not serious, and they want to just look at you like, yeah, you got money, and I love you. If you don't have money, I don't love you. So, but, I could say there's still few people who can work around that and then still keeping going with their relationship in Nigeria as far as Lagos is concerned.
Okay, so the relationship status in Lagos is about money.
Oh, when I'm money, this one, they won't see money. You don't get money, they're not going to send you.
Oh my God.
See, if you don't mind, I'm just going to be very, very blunt and I'll say the fact.
I want you to be.
My own perception and my own understanding with the experience that I've gathered so far, I'm just saying how it is. I'm not saying the whole of Lagos. Don't just conclude on like that. Right? That's why I said it's 50-50 because there are still some reasonable, responsible people out there in Lagos and they're still working out and it's still working out for them. Just as the same way in America, but mostly in America, everybody's on the run. Nobody got time. Yeah. Nobody has time. Everybody got bills to pay. You get me?
Okay. So, but with Lagos, it's more of like, what you got in your pocket, mate? What you got in your bank account?
If you have money in Lagos, relationship goes sweet for you now.
Wow. So, okay. So that's even dating in Lagos, you have to have some, paper in the bank account somewhere to ensure that, you can be on the dating scene. You're quite right. I would agree with you because I had, I think an entertainer or an artist, I can't remember who, he actually said the same thing. He actually went further to say, like, you have to have enough money in your pocket because this ladies could take you to places you would think, oh my gosh, how can you afford this? So you're quite right. Okay, so let's talk about Malaysia then.
Oh, Malaysia? Well, the thing is, when I was in Malaysia, I think I spent about 6 to 8 months while I was there.
Okay.
And I wasn't in any relationship while I was in Malaysia because I in the first 2-3 months, I wasn't really feeling myself with the situation of how I see them treating our brothers there. And then apart from that, and these girls, they kind of set them boys up just to get the cops to come get them through what they do and stuff. So they treat them like a piece of shit in Malaysia. I wasn't feeling myself. Throughout my whole tour while I was in Malaysia, I wasn't thinking of relationship or anything. The other time I had a thing, or it's like a one night thing when I had my show was when I had like a sold out show with Boston Slick Beat Entertainment. And then after that night, I got a couple of different kind of races, part of the world, girls kind of come around the VIP, and at the end of the day, we just hang out. And that was just, but I mean, for relationship, they have the little element of racism in them. So I really don't know about how you want to marry an Asian woman and how it does work and how it does work for them.
Yeah.
I mean, I really have no clue.
Okay.
But I just know that town don't like us and they don't want you, Nigerians, to they put eyes on you. They just put eyes on you. So that's how it is for them. They just put eyes on you.
I mean, that's amazing. I mean, that's a man with experience there, experience of 3 different continents, America, Malaysia, the Asian continent, and Africa continent, So the American ones, they're on the run. Nigeria ones, you're going to have some paper. And the other ones, they don't really like you, really. They just, just be funny. Okay, fantastic. Thank you for, giving us that breakdown of the dating scene in various continents, as you rightly mentioned. So what do you think about dating multiple partners at the same time?
Come again, please.
What do you think about dating multiple partners at the same time? Having multiple partners, at the same time, you're dating Sade, you're dating Stacy, you're dating Tolu. What do you think about doing that?
I don't think that's. I don't know how people really want to enjoy such a kind of relationship because it's confusing. Even only one girl to handle only one girl for me is tough. So I don't have that experience of having to have multiple girls, when you in a relationship, except if you're not in a relationship, like a serious relationship with them, except if you're just have a conversation with a girl and be like, you know what, we're just going to have a sexual relationship. And you say that to like 10 girls and they all agree with you. And then you can go on about that. But for me, I don't think that's a relationship where you just think you're just flinging around. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. And some people, I think they got themselves in there through probably one or two experiences about life and whatever relationship crisis that pushed them into all that. But I don't think that's a good thing for you to just have like multiple relationship with different kind of girls, especially sexual relationship. Because that way, you could find yourself, beaten up by what kind of disease or anything. It's not safe. It's not safe.
It's not safe. It's not. I mean, that's a great advice there. So don't date multiple partners at the same time. Just stick with one, and try and ensure you get to know that person well. Okay, that'll bring me to the next session. Okay, so you're dating this person. Let's assume you have a date. You have this woman you're dating because you're not dating multiple partners. You have one special lady you're dating. What are the do's and don'ts of dating from your perspective?
Well, I think the do's and don'ts about a relationship is trust. Is the most important thing. If you don't actually have trust, you'd rather just better try not to, get in a relationship because that way you're going to be hurting a lot of people. Or if you know you can handle it, like I'm trying to handle it, you can still try to make it work. But basically, I think the do's and don'ts about a relationship is say the truth, call a spade, be yourself, and trust each other. I mean, if the two partners trust each other, I think you're going to have a very smooth relationship and happy ending.
Wow. So the first thing you need to do is ensure you trust that person you're dating, build a trust with the person you're dating as well.
100%.
Okay. So what do you think are the don'ts? That you shouldn't, ensure that you're doing, not doing, I should say. What should you not be doing?
Yeah, I think what you should not be doing in a relationship at first, especially when it's a fresh relationship, is to trust too much at the same time, like say things too much. You need to kind of give a little bit of time to watch and observe this other partner and see, get to know each other very well. And then that way you'd be able to be sure of, because human beings changes, so you need to be able to, for me, the don'ts are, don't talk too much, look and be smart, but be very, mind your words, the way you use your word, respect them. And then, I think that's about it for me.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay.
Don't do those things. If you do those things, you end up not even getting the value you're supposed to get, from your other partner, opposite partner.
Okay. So the first thing you said, ensure that, when you're dating, trust the person. The trust is very important while you're dating that person. And the don'ts is don't talk too much, you said?
Don't give out too much information about it.
Exactly. Okay, until you're quite sure that this is the person.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, that's great advice. Because firstly, when you meet someone, you're thinking to yourself, because you're going in with an open heart, you want to know them, you're excited about this person, and you want to share a lot of things about them. And down the line, you find out that, oh no, this is the wrong person, but you've actually shared too much with them. That could be a problem. I think that's very good advice there. It's very important.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think. It is very
important. Okay. So we know now that, what you think dating is. It doesn't have to be a sexual relationship. It's just like trying to get to know someone. And we kind of described the dating scene in America. Everyone is on the run. In Lagos, yes, we had a huge side there. In Lagos, it's more of like, financial based relationships. And in Asia, it's just like a bit of a craziness happening over there. and you said, not to date multiple partners, just stick with that one lovely lady. And while you're trying to get to know them, ensuring that you put the trust across, and make sure you don't give out too much about yourself. I think that's great advice. So you've decided to take this lovely lady on a first date. You've taken it. You said, all right, you planned it. Wonderful date somewhere nice. What would be your expectations on that first date?
I expect to see what I've been expecting now. if you've been talking to a woman or a beautiful lady somewhere, part of the world, it's probably on social media, and you guys have been talking, and then you want to meet, and I expect to see the person I've been talking to that I've been seeing the picture.
Exactly.
Because most of these days, you see them use a filter on Snapchat and Instagram filter over on the mobile devices, and crop themselves and look like, oh my word, and when you see them. So my expectation on the first dating is I'm expecting to see what I expected first. That's the first thing. If you don't look what I actually want to see from what you look like on your whatever Instagram or your Snapchat, I could just leave you there and just tell you I'll be right back and I'm gone, bro. You understand me?
You wouldn't
get me. So
you tell her, all right.
I can do that. That's the kind of me, bro. That's the kind of me. Me, I don't have power to stress myself.
Oh my God.
I'll just tell you, can I use the bathroom real quick, please? I'm going through the back, bro.
Get out of there ASAP. Mayday, emergency exit.
And then exactly. And again, if actually I go what I'm actually expecting, and then it looks like, this is a date. My expectations are just to have a very brilliant conversation.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I expect us to be able to have a very brilliant conversation, like intoxicating conversation, and it's a fun time for me. At the end of the day, I would not feel like my time was wasted having to come sit out with someone. Get me? So I just like a girl who can actually speak out and talk, and I don't want.
Yourself,
I really don't like. I like to sit with people, talk with people, to get to find out who they really are. You know what I'm saying? So that way you can actually figure out one or two even before you get to know them throughout many years or many months. When you sit down, this is a brilliant person. Or you can say, this is just a child. This is someone that's growing up. And you can still have someone that is about 19, 21 years old, but still very intelligent. And, you can kind of drag you into some conversation, and you really kind of like that. So, that's about it for my own expectation. First of all, you need to you need to actually look what I'm actually expecting. Then after that, we need to get in a conversation.
The way you describe, because you're quite right. You get a lot of catfishing at present, where people, are not exactly who they are, especially online. And also, I've seen this as well. I've seen pictures online where the makeup is used as a transformation.
Yeah.
I think that can be quite scary. Sometimes I think it's impersonation, because you see, when the woman takes off the makeup, it's like they're totally different.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? You see a woman, she's all made up, but without the makeup, she looks totally different.
Yeah.
That can be quite shocking.
It's always very good to just keep it simple. These days, it's very difficult, especially this generation. It's crazy, bro. Like, everybody on the phone uses a filter just to upgrade it. So I'm wondering what you're going to look like the day you're going to eventually want to meet the man you want to kind of settle down with. But it's crazy, bro.
It is quite scary. It is quite scary, a lot of things. But you're quite right.
It's crazy.
Right. But I was just funny saying you're going to make an emergency exit.
No time. No time, bro.
No time.
No time.
So on that first date, you want to have a conversation, a mature conversation, get to know the person, get to know what they're about, what the dreams and aspirations are as well, which is quite important. It's quite important.
That would actually determine if I really actually want that relationship to drive my more interest and all that, because how can you be so beautiful and you don't have anything upstairs?
I know,
it's
shocking,
crazy.
Shocking.
You just have to be able to kind of talk, and that's how about it.
It can be. Yeah, it can be. So what kind of questions would you say are acceptable on a first date, or is just, any question goes?
Well, I think any question goes if I'm really interested in that relationship. Because for me to come out and sit out with you, I think I'll be open for you. I'll be open for all kind of questions. You can ask me anything. Come on.
Okay, so not hold back. Just go into it, dive in. Ask.
That's the reason why we're sitting out at first. Obviously, there are some questions you want to be like, let's get to meet each other first. You know what I'm saying? But I can actually find a way around, because I can't simply tell you, don't ask me this, don't ask me that. So once you ask me questions, I have a way of actually giving you your answers. So what kind of question for me is good? You can go ahead. I know what to say. Go ahead and talk.
Okay.
I can't hold you back from saying anything.
That's good. I mean, that's important, isn't it? Because you become an open book. You can ask your questions and get.
You can ask your questions. Yeah. I just have a way of giving you my answers, but I'm not going to say you can't ask me this, you can't ask me that. No, you can ask me whatever you want to ask me. I have a way of giving you my answers. That's about me.
Of course. Because you mentioned earlier as well. You don't want to give out too much information on our first date.
Exactly. So I wouldn't say you can't ask me that. We're only sitting for the first time. I don't even know you. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to be rude. I'm going to let you ask me, and I'll just give you my answers. With every question, there's always an answer.
Not so. Of course.
No. So I will answer you. No worries.
Okay. So now we mentioned about, people using, filters on Instagram, on Snapchat, and all various devices or platforms out there.
Yeah.
What do you think about social media? What's the effect it's had on the dating scene? From your experience.
Well, from my experience, I would say the social media has advantage to a relationship out there, and at the same time, it has the disadvantages to a relationship out there.
Okay, let's start with the advantage.
Okay, the advantages are maybe your wife who you marry for her, say, social media, you meet her, and then you end up being a wonderful, couple together. So that's one of the greatest advantages to be part of social media. Because if you're looking for a woman and you don't even have a smartphone, and you're looking around in your own neighborhood, you won't see beyond what you're seeing just in your own neighborhood.
Good.
So if you have a smartphone and you're on social media, you're smart, you'll be able to kind of link up with a whole lot of people and network generally.
Yes,
just network. Right. And the disadvantages is that same social media where you catch that girl, now that same social media, and I ain't go break that family, be that relation.
It can be possible.
Yeah, it is possible. It's very possible, because these days now, you want to have kind of, maybe for example, your girlfriend or your dates doesn't, some girls are like that. They are stalker. They are FBI. Once you like another girl's post like this, or you just like somebody's picture or something, it's a war. So now you will not start having issues. You're following somebody, can I check your phone? Or probably you're in the bathroom and you've been chatting with this girl, you found out maybe she lives in Colchester, and then you've been chatting and all that. We can hook up, and then she'll grab your phone and tell you, Shebi, you say you love me. You are actually talking to so. Who is so. So those are the things. So that's why you need to choose how you want to kind of stage your own relationship. Yeah. You want to put your relationship out there in the social media and in the world, and then you get the consequences. If you want to keep your relationship reserved, and I don't want people to know about my relationship, you get the consequences. So pick your choice, bro.
Yeah, right. Social media, I mean, I've had guests on the show who said that, especially females, I don't know what you think about this, where they would put up the picture of the man or the gentleman they're dating on social media to say, is this your man? I'm about to date him. Is this your... Do you know what I mean? Kind of like doing a bit of like a public announcement.
Background check.
What do you think about that?
Oh, well, it's allowed now. It makes sense. It's good to do. I mean, if that's the new scope now, and I say men are in trouble, because I know some men that they cannot afford to just have one chick. You see them like this, plenty. This girl is my girl, though. Please, I want to know if you are dating. I think it makes sense. It's fun. I want to laugh. I want to read comments on such a kind of one. So I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's good. Do
you think it will work okay for doing that for the women as well? Like when you have a girlfriend, you put your girlfriend's picture up there and say, I'm about to date this girl. Is this your girl? Do you think that's fair as well?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, we're in the 20th century, so I mean, it's good. This is the first time I'm actually hearing this, to be honest. And I think it's another way of actually kind of
ensuring
be
that.
very sure before you jump in something, because you never can tell. This girl can be having you chatting up and all that, and doing the same to about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys at the same time, and the guys as well can be doing the same thing at the same time as well. So I mean, it's good so that you can, if you see comment fine. That's why some people, they make their page private, because they know they don't want any other outside business, or probably they're kind of lying and they don't want to be exposed on a random. So there's a whole lot of things that can happen through social media. So I think it's a good idea if the ladies are already going that far. Wow. And to do all that kind of background check.
Bigiano thinks it's a good idea. I mean, I've had instances of all the female guests on the show put in just the pictures of the person and do a search on
wow.
Google. I mean, there's some FBI people out there, mate. Some CIA people out there. Do you know what I mean? You can't. It's dangerous out there, man. It's danger. So I mean, I've heard loads of different things. There's different tactics. Women are employing to ensure. To track people down. Yeah, I'm telling you.
No, be smart, you be teens, Baba.
You know what I mean? So, okay, now we know that social media, it said, you mentioned it has an advantage and its disadvantages as well, which is quite right. So, you're on a date now, what is your idea of a perfect date? Like, this is a wonderful date. This is an amazing date. How does Bigiano see that?
It's quite simple, When, you've probably be having a conversation with this girl on the phone for like a few months, a couple of months before you finally end up or a couple of weeks or a couple of days, and I'm saying before you guys finally end up sitting out together and actually on that date. So, I mean, my own simple definition, or how for me to describe a perfect date, is when the conversation is wholesome, when you meet her and the chemistry is mutual, and when it was just the perfect moment for you to sit down and you guys will both finally know that, man, this is actually kind of work. So I think that's for me to describe a perfect date is I can only describe it if the mutual feeling is just there. If it's just there, if everything is mutual and everything, goes fine. I mean, that's what I feel.
Okay.
That's what I feel.
Okay, you're quite right. I mean, yes, as long as the feelings are mutual, that's very important, because if it's not, it's going to be boring, isn't it? It's going to be like, get me out of here. Yeah. Or you trying to get an emergency exit, quick out of the place. So you're quite right. You're quite right. The feelings are very important, because that helps with everyone having a relaxed time with each other as well. Okay.
Yes, no.
So how does this person look? What would the person look like? The appearance of this person that you like to date, that Bigiano likes. What do they look like? Is it big things or slim things? Is it attack or front or backside? Which one is it?
Combination. For me to still be single and I'm not married, they say I get this. You got fine. You go fine. You go just deal perfectly. People are saying, people used to tell me that there's never a perfect relationship. You can make it perfect if you want. For you to just wait. There are millions of population of people in this world. You wait, you get your right one. So you must just be what I want. And what I want is your breast good day, your yash good day, you go find for face, you go dress well, and you go smell good.
Very simple.
You will smell good. You have to just smell good. Bro, see, you can just smell good and you don't get big yash like that. And that's only fragrance that I perceive can just attract me, want to talk to you. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
You must just smell good and look good. You get 100%. You just got to be 100%. I don't see the reason why you can't wait in this world to search for the 100% woman before you go out and approach her. Because there are millions of girls in the world, bro.
Yeah.
So why are you jumping and rushing to go grab someone and tomorrow you wake up and you don't like her again? No. Wait till when you find the right one, that you know that when you start dating this one, you're going to be submissive and you're going to be in this one. Okay. You get me?
Okay.
So that's for me.
Wow. Bigiano knows what he wants, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies out there, Bigiano he's not playing, man. He knows what he wants.
I'm not playing, though.
He knows what he wants, First of all, you got to smell
nice. I know what I
nice.
want, bro.
You got to smell nice, And wait, is it light skin, dark skin, tall, short? We didn't get that.
Well, don't let me start racism talk here. Just leave me with my complete. You could be anything, but bro, just be there. You know what I'm saying? Just be there. Don't just be. Don't come and fuck up, because man, I'll just tell you, please sit. I'll be a nice gentleman, drag a seat for you, get you a seat. I could just tell you I want to go use the bathroom real quick, and I'm gone, bro.
Oh my God! Emergency exit, Bigiano. He lost the emergency exit, man.
I'm not gonna tell you what not. I'm just gone, man, bro, for real.
He's just
I
gone.
should change my number because of that.
Can you imagine? He's gotta go all the way.
Those don't call me again.
He's not playing, ladies. He's not playing.
I'm not.
He's not playing. Come correct or go home.
All right.
That's it.
For real.
That's it. Okay, so the character. The character is very important, isn't it? Because all this physicality, all this looking nice, smelling nice, and to top it off with the character you're not, you don't like, can just destroy everything, isn't it?
Definitely, you're right.
So tell us about that character of that person. What should that person be like?
Just have a good sense of humor. That's all. Come on, man. That's all, man. Just be polite. Just have a good sense of humor. That's all. Just know the way you go around your words, your everything. Come on. That's about it. That's just it. You can find some people pretty, beautiful, but with bad characters, Yeah,
you're right.
Or for example, just imagine, we're on a date, we're sitting, we're having drinks, and we're chilling, we're eating, and then probably the waiter or the waitress just came, and then you just nag on her or just snap on her or him like that. I mean, that's a turn off for me. That's it. Fluffing up and down. That's a turn off for me. So I mean, you just gotta have a good sense of humor. Trust me, 100%.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it there. Have a good sense of humor, but you gotta be looking nice with a good defense and a good attack.
Yeah, and you gotta smell good.
And you gotta smell good. Or else the emergency exit will be used.
Not long.
On that note, we're going to go for a short break, but do stay locked on, stay locked in. We're going to be playing some old and new tracks from the one and only Bigiano. Trust me, you don't want to miss the other half of this interview. We're going to bring some heat again back to you. It's your host, Double9, on 35 and Social on Double9radio. Video did the dance for me, I was trying to sing that, Bigiano.
You mean Chiquito?
Yeah, I was trying to sing Bigiano, because it was playing in the background. I got carried away there. I was thinking, oh my gosh, that amazing tracks, amazing tracks. I can't, even the Go Crazy, the Only Live Once, man, one and only, great tracks. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you start streaming those tracks. Go Crazy, Chiquito, one and only, and also bring back the classic Shayo. Amazing. You can find them on all platforms, and start streaming them. Okay, Bigiano, thank you again for being with us on the show today. We really appreciate you taking time out to come on 35 and Social on Double9radio. So we all be talking about mature dating. We understand that. You said dating is not necessarily a sexual thing, but an opportunity to get to know someone, have that conversation with them as well. We talked about the dating scene in 3 different continents because, you've been to more than, 10 countries, so you was in a position to share your perspective or your thoughts on the dating scene around different countries. So you talked about Africa in Lagos, we talked about Malaysia, and we also talked about the US as well. US, they're always running. And Lagos is more about the financial aspect of what's in your pocket. And Malaysia is just another story. on its own. And you said, don't date multiple partners. Just stick with that person that you like. Invest your time in that one single lady, and that could help you ensure you have the right person. The do's and don'ts, Bigiano says, ensure you trust. Let trust be your watchword in that relationship as well. But the don'ts, don't express yourself too much. Don't give away too much about yourself, especially if it's the early stages of that relationship as well. And expectations on the first date. He says, he expects to see who he's been chatting to. If it's, you met online, no catfishing as well. Very important as well. What's acceptable questions on the first date? Is an open book. He wants to have that conversation, not holding anything back. And there are ways to answer questions. Social media, yes, it could make or break a relationship as well. And and also he says the perfect person. What does that person look like? You got to have a good attack. You got to have a good defense. I'm sure you ladies know what I mean by that. And also you must smell good, or else the emergency exit would be used as well. 100%. And the character of that person, you must be really down to earth and have a great sense of humor. Remember that. So, actually, I do agree with that. Great sense of humor is very important with anyone, with any kind of relationship you have with anyone, friends, girlfriend, boyfriend. You have to have a sense of humor and get it along with anyone. Okay, great. So we don't get to the point of you are on a date. Yeah, you're on this perfect date. You have the conversation. The character is what you want. She has a great sense of humor. You guys get along really well. You've had great food, great drinks. It's the first date. The bill comes. Bigiano, who should be paying for that bill? Should it be 50-50 or should it be just on one person?
Well, it depends on everyone. But for me, I would just pay. You know what I'm saying? It depends. This question actually could go for everyone. It depends on how you maybe you want. Some guys might just want to put her on a test and see, you know what I'm saying, because they want to know. They just want to see if she's that kind of person who's, giving, But for myself, I'm just going to ask the waiter to give us the bill. And if she said, oh, I want to pay, I'll be like, please let me pay. And if she insists, I'll say, go ahead, Your Highness. I'll let her pay. No time now.
No long time, man.
I time.
Just let it go. I mean, I've had different stories on the show as well, where a guy has taken his girl out to a restaurant, and anticipating that it's the first date, and she's gonna be a bit modest on what she's gonna order, but apparently she goes in there, orders like the most expensive things on the menu, and start eating everything out. And he anticipated that he was going to probably spend £100, but when the bill came, it came to about £275 on the bill.
Wow.
Wow. So at that point, what do you think he did, Bigiano? What would you have done if it was you? It's your first date. Should I say emergency exit time? Oh, I don't know. What would Bigiano have done?
Listen, I wouldn't want to sound like I'm a savage. You get me?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I can't go. I can't have a plan to go on a date, and I'm telling myself I'm going to be spending £100.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
No.
Yeah, I can pay whatever it is. I can take care of whatever my bill is or my bills are. But let's come and think about it in the other way around now. Like, say, okay, this relationship, dating, I'm only going to spend like £200, and then that's the only money that I have on me.
Yeah.
Right there. So. And then if it happens that the auntie that came can't chop, to say they chop their future, chop tomorrow, chop everything. If they bring bill now, I'll just put the 200 I have on me on the table, and I'll tell her to hand it up.
Okay.
I'll tell her politely that I'm sorry, I only have a $200. Would you add it up and let's just, move on. And if she say she no get, say she doesn't have. I go tell her and say, you don't chop your future. How you gonna chop? You see, man, you chop everything way high for the. How you go get money? The thing is, I don't think it's proper for anyone to leave your house, except if she doesn't want to kind of pay. Yeah. At my level, I can't be talking to someone who cannot afford to pay your bills.
Exactly.
I won't mess around with you. I'm just gonna run away. At this level, we all are. We matured. there's no amount of food that anyone can eat that we cannot afford.
Yeah.
So that is totally not for our own level at this level.
Exactly.
There's nothing you want to eat that I cannot pay. What do you want to eat? You want to kill yourself?
You want to kill
yourself and just die. They will carry ambulance, come and carry
you.
They will use ambulance, come and carry you. You want job. Yeah, job.
You know? So I'll tell you.
But for me, I think I would just want to do the payment and then clear the bills. And if you insist that I can't or I shouldn't, I'll do that.
Just let her do it.
That's fine.
I'll just finish my story. So the guy, who had £100 on him, decided to say, listen, darling, I've got £100. You know what? I'm actually not, feeling you anymore. So we have to split the bill, 2 ways. We got to go 2 ways on this because I'm not happy with the way you've actually, carried yourself during this day. So that's what happened. So they had to go 50-50 and left, I mean, I've had different stories. I could tell you another story. I think we have enough time where this guy took this is from a woman. So they took the woman on a date and they went to the restaurant. It was a restaurant first date. And the guy was probably unsure of what the amount or would come. So he said, okay, he's not going to have any food. He just ordered drinks. So the girl ordered food. And the girl's like, are you sure you don't want any food? The guy was like, yeah, I don't want any food. So she ordered the food. They bring the food now. And guess what the guy does?
What did he do?
He brought out a spoon. He just took a spoon from the next table and started eating the food with her as well.
Uh-oh.
I know. It was quite shocking, So, I mean, with that, obviously, the date didn't really go well. And that was it. I mean, which brings me to my next question. What do you think is, what has been, your most embarrassing date, that you can remember?
Okay. I really can't. I'm having a fainting memories about this, but I mean, I can actually figure out one, and it's quite a long time ago where I have this girl in our neighborhood. We've been actually feeling each other. We always look at each other, talk and say hi to each other, and then she got in a fight on our first date. She just started fighting up with someone, and I just felt so embarrassed.
Wow.
I'm like, why would you be fighting? I mean, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. So that's just the only one I can actually remember at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, that's not really good, is it? On a first date, what that just destroys, the whole personality of that individual. If you're going to be going out to fight on the first date, I do. So did you see her again after that?
After that, I don't know how to put it. I lost the interest gradually because, man, it was terrible. Because in my hood, they know me. I don't go out and talk to people on a random. If I step out, I go back. I don't have friends and all that. So I expect to just respect myself and just do what I got to do. Unfortunately, that day, I wasn't even out of my area. I was within my hood. So the hood where they don't respect me now, you can't fall my hand.
Yeah.
So I just free to go on you.
Yeah, you had to. Okay, we talked about trust earlier,
Yeah.
How much honesty do you believe is actually needed in a relationship? It's like 100% trust all the time.
It has to be 150% trust in a relationship. Trust me. Trust me, because that's the same problem I'm having at the moment, because I find it very difficult to trust again. So I'm just going to stay behind in between the lines and just be watching, and I'm just going to be looking, and I'm still looking, and I'm still looking, bro. So that's just the only thing. So I would advise you want to see relationship, how you want to deal with the relationship. Hey, if you have been broken before, you will know what I'm talking about, bro.
So how did you deal with, when your trust was broken? How did you deal with that?
I was actually depressed for like almost 6-8 months. It was actually, it affected me, affected my career. I had to leave Nigeria and come over to London. And I was in London for close to 4 years until I, healed totally.
Yeah.
But I mean, since that time, the process has not, the old event and everything I've not even gotten over it, because deep inside of me, I know it's hard for me to trust now, because how can I be so, open-hearted, and I'm just giving you all of my heart, and all you can just do is to just, break the old trust in me. I mean, it's like killing a man. Trust me, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Some people don't have the grace to survive that part of life. Some people don't have the grace to survive it. I've heard stories of a guy in the Butimeta as a DJ that drank sniper because his wife or his girl that had 2 kids for him stopped, flirting around with his younger colleague DJ around the neighborhood.
Wow.
And this nigga just drank sniper and died. I felt so heartbroken.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, should have had me as your friend to even advise you or probably take you out and I'd give you the right advice. You shouldn't drink sniper and kill yourself because, it's just the grace of God. Because I survived it doesn't mean everyone can actually survive it.
Exactly.
But if I tell you my story, bro, that's one and only for you. The song you're hearing, one and only. That's the story. It's a true life story.
Wow.
You see the music video is a true life story.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not even funny. So may God help us. That's just what I'm gonna say.
Amen.
That's why it's always good to just let God choose for you. When God chooses for you, it's all good. But I don't want to come on the radio show and be talking like God, like I'm a pastor. But the truth is, everybody have a brain. Everybody gets sense. You understand? Everybody has a common sense. So use your common sense the way you better want to use it. If I come out and you think things are working for me, if you think it's my common sense that is working for me, good for you. Go and try it. But if you think it's my God that is working, making things happen for me, then come close to my God and I'll win souls for Christ. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it is.
Amen. Amen. You're quite right. Trust is very important, especially when it's broken. Coming out of a depressed state can be quite challenging as well. But over the years, how do you think you've changed? Over the years, after all this experiences you've had.
I just woke up and start gradually figuring out that I'm actually more matured now. The way I handle situation, the way I answer questions, the way I deal with people, all of the experience that I've had in my whole entire life has actually built me to make me a stronger person today. And no matter what the situation is, I will be able to find a way to work around it. If it means I need to fast and pray, I'll win the battle that way. If it means I need to remove myself, isolate myself away from a lot of people or change my environment, I do all that. So I think so far, I've grown so mature. That's what I'm going to say. I think I'm more mature now.
Okay, that's really good. You survived it and you're able to give other people advice in it. And I'm glad we have you back in full force. And ladies and gentlemen, as you mentioned, the track One and Only, you need to download that, and so you can get a bit more of an insight into what Bigiano is actually just saying right now. And also, you can help all this heal as well. So, it's available on all platforms. One and Only. Make sure you're streaming it, get on it live and direct, and start listening to it. Get a bit more insight of what Bigiano has just gave us now, which is quite amazing as well. Okay, let's get back into the dating scene. I just got that out of that for a bit. So have your parents ever disapproved of any of your relationships in the past?
None ever.
Okay.
My family would just tell you, as long as you're happy with it, go ahead with it. None of it.
Okay.
None of it.
Fantastic. And do you think it's okay to date someone your friend already dated?
Oh, I can't. I can't. It actually don't matter, but I personally won't do that.
Okay. Any reason why?
Yeah. Because if I'm in a relationship, I grow in that relationship, I commit myself in a relationship, and I'm 100% a very jealous man. So, bro, I can't step in even if not church, I just enter inside church with my girl and I see the ex. It's a problem for me. Everything we pastor they talk, no go enter my head. Oh, no. Everything the man of God is saying will just be flying away. So, bro, I wouldn't even do that to start with. You get me? I've had a relationship where my girlfriend actually slept with my friend.
Wow.
And I got to find out, and that's the reason why I'm not together with her, and I don't want to see her on this planet till I die. Okay. Because at the end of the day I even called the guy up, and I'd be like, after 4 years, he didn't even know what I knew the truth, because she was the one who kind of confessed for me or to me. And then I called this nigga. I'm like, dude, you're my best friend, right? We chill, right? We actually chill together. We drank. We done a whole lot of stuff. And I'm like, you did this on this day, and he almost want to kind of, disappear. Like he almost want to, he was just shaking goose people all over. All nose are wet and thumbs are wet. I'm like, dude, you did this and you betrayed me, though. But I mean, I've forgiven you.
Amazing.
For a long time.
Amazing.
If I wanted to kill you by now, you don't die because, man, I love this girl, right? But you did this.
That's mature.
Because I wasn't in the country. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't in the country. So he actually, he felt bad. He cried. And I hugged him like, it's okay. The girl don't go, but we will still date. We still date together. So, I mean, till today, he's still my friend, but the girl is no more. You know what I'm saying?
I love how you handled that in a very matured way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The thing is, let me just be honest with you, is because there are few people out there who actually have the seed of God in them. If nobody say the seed of God inside of me, I know ordinary guy who doesn't have the kind of touch of the Holy Ghost or Holy Spirit in him. They won't spare you. They won't spare your life, bro. It's they'll just put the trigger on you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you won't do that. It's like you snitch on your own, bro. Like, your family knows me. I go to your house. When I come through, I join you guys on the dining. We eat. You go out with me. Your mom tell me, look out for your brother. You guys should drive safe. Come, guys, take money, buy more food in the car. I mean, so why would you do that to me, though?
I know. That's deep, isn't it? It's deep.
No, you can't do that to me. But, I mean, I just let it go. So it's just one of those, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you did the right thing. You'd handle it very, very well, And that's Bigiano way of handling things, you know what I mean? That's really good. Okay, so on that note, though, what is a player? How would you describe what a player is?
A player?
Yeah.
A player is a player now. How else you want to describe a player?
You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about relationship-wise.
Yes, I know. Both a guy or a girl, a player is somebody who wants to just go around and catch people's feelings, lure people into his relationship, emotional relationship, and then break their heart. That's a player for you. Yeah, a player is someone who kind of lure or grab you or do things with you, let you fall in love, and then it's just going to hurt you. And he's doing that to a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
So that's what a player is all about.
Is Bigiano a player?
Bigiano? Me, I'm not a player, because the reason why I said I'm not a player is I'm not gonna like drive you close to me, so close like that to even start with. So if I don't talk to you again, you don't even have to blame me because at first you don't even know me. Yeah, you don't even need to stress yourself. I won't just give you that closeness. I won't want to touch you. I won't want to kiss you. I won't want to do anything. So you say, so you touch me, you fuck me, and I want to go. I don't even want to see you close to me. So you find it so hard to get close to me if I don't like you. So I don't want to play. Gone are those days you're gonna play, talk to people. I don't even want to play. Play how now? You can't be letting a whole lot of people around you. It's dangerous, man. You got to keep yourself away.
100%. 100%.
You got to keep yourself away. You need to have that value. If you don't have a value, you're sleeping around doing with everybody. Then which value do you have as a guy? Everybody don't see you finish. Which kind of thing did I want?
Very important. Okay. Very important. Very important. I actually agree with you there. 100%. 100% on that one. So, are women perfect players?
Sorry?
Are women perfect players? Women.
A woman perfect player.
Are they perfect players?
I don't think there's anything called perfect player.
Okay.
They are
let me rephrase. Let me rephrase. Are women are they better players than men?
Yes, I think. But no, bro. You know what? Don't let us go into this because this is a conversation. This is a matured conversation.
Yes,
right?
Yes. That's just what people want to be candid about this.
Yes, people are different, but I think women are more dangerous players than guys because guys can even lose. You see those ones, they bad going. They will just tell you, it's my friend. Just my friend. Yeah. They can even receive a call. They will receive a call beside you now. With the guy that they slept with. Me, I could even fear to even carry people call me. Once I just date with my girlfriend or maybe I date with a person with me I date. To even I go off my data for my phone that period till you go out before I go on data. Yeah, don't go let me see my phone message enter now. Yeah. Because I don't have that conscience to carry phone and be talking. I will just be. You will know from my voice talking. You know that this guy is up to. I can't talk right now. So I'll put my phone on no network or busy. So I know that okay, I don't have to go through in my conscience because it's crazy. So, but you see all those women, they are bad. They are more better players than guys. They are bad, very very bad. They are past. They are in short. They are just bad. Who might be tell you say they will tell you my friend, just my friend. I lie, guy. So.
I mean, I love the way you describe the phone call aspect of that. They could answer a phone call and with no remorse or no emotions. It'd be like, yeah, it was just my friend, isn't it?
Just like that. That's what they would say. That's how they used to say it. Say it's my friend. Oh my, see if nobody say which one be love, say love. Love is a scam.
Love is a scam. Is that?
I swear.
Are we gonna? I think that's another idea of a track coming. That's a next track.
Love
idea.
is a scam. You just have to be grace of God, bro, for real. Because all these people are just the world, the planet, the generation that we are. Everything is just upside down somehow. You understand? So I don't know. The next generation are even more worse. The next ones, our own children, they are even more worse. Those ones, they want to fly. They don't even want to crawl. They are already flying now.
Oh wow. So what are your thoughts on a long distance relationship?
Well, that has been working out for me. I won't lie.
Okay.
It's been working out for me. It's a relief for me. And for some people, I know it's frustrating at some point. At some point, it's very frustrating. But I mean, that actually worked for me more than people who are around me. I don't know if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I've got to that situation in my life. I mean, that point in my life where I just only can afford to deal with people from a distance, and then I'll be happy with that because I've been through it all. That the people that I feel I can have around me, I don't have trust for them. You get me? So then when I get to meeting this person, that's another stage I need to pray that I will be able to deal with it. But when it comes to distance relationship, I think it makes sense and it's working out for me.
Fantastic.
It's the challenges of it, the challenges in between it is that sometimes you want to feel this person, you want to touch this person, you want to do things and hang out, go karting and stuff, and you can't do all of that. Those are the painful part of it. But I mean, the other part of it is at least I have somebody that I can actually talk to and I can call my own and I am talking to, and I mean, I'm expecting to be with the person soon. It works for me a bit.
Okay, fantastic.
So far.
Fantastic. We got some questions already coming in from our listeners. I think they're a bit shy to talk to Bigiano, but we'll ask the questions. Thank you all, everyone who's been sending questions in. We will get to them before the end of the show. So I mean, what advice would you give all the single ladies out there?
Well, if I even give you advice, I will give you my own advice. But you see, all those things is from the upbringings and the orientation that a whole lot of people have. What I'm going to say is when you see a lady out late 30s, early 40s out there and they're not married yet, I mean, if you want to kind of sit down and look back your life and figure out why your life or why you're still single and you're not married, it's not because you're not pretty enough or it's not because you're not, hardworking enough. Matter of fact, I was having a chat with a colleague today and I'm like, because she was asking me why am I not married? And I'm like, trust issues. It was straight to the point. And I'm like, okay, after a whole lot of talk to her, I'm like, why are you not married? He said, because men are scared of me. I'm like, why? He said, because I'm successful. And then I told her, you need to find a better man. There are men that don't care. They don't mind if you're earning more than them, or if you have 3 houses and they only have one, or they're struggling to get one. He said, so where are the men? I'm like, you need to take your time. So, my advice for our generation and then the single ladies out there is to just try as much as possible, first of all, not to be proud. Just cut your ego off. You get me? Cut your ego off. I'm earning 150,000. That just take it away. Secondly, deal with your own orientation yourself, because I don't know how you grow up. That you need to sit back and look at yourself and what is not right that I'm doing that you can correct. You can only fix yourself. Nobody can fix you. That's why at first I said, no matter what advice that I give out, it is you that once. That's why they tell you, your destiny is in your hand. It's not your father's hand or your brother or Bigiano's hand. If I tell you anything today, you can just, after this session we're having tonight, You can just still look at your phone and there's an SMS from a guy. You never know if it's a God-sent guy to you. But because you met the guy on Peckham Road, you already think somebody toast you at the train station. Peckham is in low life and you are a big girl. That might be the only savior of your unborn children in this world. So you guys should fix yourself. Everybody should go and fix themselves. I don't have any advice for you than to go and fucking fix yourself. Fix yourself. Sit down. You look at your life. If you need to pray and fast and tell God to fix you, then do it. For me, I don't know how to advise somebody because even me, myself, within me, maybe because if I get in a relationship, they want to believe, oh, he will travel, he won't be around, then they have advantage to do anything, even if I'm not doing anything. But because they feel if I get to Spain, I have tendency to grab girls and groupies around me, and then it's a problem. So does that mean because God gave me a perfect potential and talent, does that mean I'm not supposed to have a happy home? Does that mean he gave me and he took from me? Like God don't give and take from you. He gives you and he makes it perfect. So it's just for us to know that, okay, because I'm in a relationship now. So, I mean, everything is not perfect under the sun. Yeah, but I mean, my advice is let everybody just go and fix themselves. I'm fixing myself. I'm telling you, I'm still fixing myself. I've been broken many years ago, and I'm still in the process of fixing myself. At the same time, It looks like I don't have conscience when I have a girlfriend or somebody is just nagging, touching my phone and just calling me and looking for many attention. I'm struggling, running around to make food and money and also do my own career. I'll just tell you, you know what? You're stressing me too much. I don't think this can work for me. Don't stress me. You know, that's because I'm coming from that angle. So all of us, we all have that in our life. So for all the young ladies out there that you just mentioned so easily, they themselves, they are their own problem. Because they will just see, yes, now, I've had a girl that come visit me, and she just sat on the phone throughout the whole fucking day. Sorry, bro. Like the whole day she was on Snap, from Snap to Instagram to this. I mean, which man we want to wake up and see his girl or his wife just be on the phone the whole day? I'm to fix the food. I fix the food. I fix the breakfast. I fix your lunch, and you're still there pressing your phone. That was the last day she entered my house.
I can imagine.
The day I even told her, because she was looking around like somebody. I'm like, no. But the day I just kind of say, you know what? This is what you've done. You came to my house. I made food. You ate. You left the plate. I packed it. You were on your phone. I mean, okay, now you want to smoke cigarette. You can ask me. Or you can just go outside and smoke outside. You won't smoke in my house. And you smoke in my room. I don't have a problem if anybody smokes or drink. We've done it all. But I mean, just have that good sense of, to know that this guy's in the kitchen. You're supposed to be there, but all this generation now, all of them, Snapchat, all of them. They're just distracted. Wow. They are distracted. So they are asking me to advise stubborn people if they are just, it's just like, I don't know, let them go fix themselves. Everybody go fix yourself.
So fix yourself.
In your hand. I don't know what to do.
Check yourself. Look at what you're doing and lower your ego. Amazing advice from Bigiano there. Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one more before we go. Yeah, I have a friend in London. We're just friends. She's listening, and good luck to her. Then today she's hearing the piece of my mouth. And then we've been talking for like 8 years. Like we've been friends in London. We don't have anything, but we're just friends. So eventually I went back to London last year or 2 years ago. And then we eventually met. And then she came all the way from Sheffield. And then she invited me over in Sheffield. And then I left London. Bro, I went on the coach to Sheffield.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes, I did. Just because I want to be happy in life. Everything must be perfect. Like the only thing that is remaining in my life is for God to give me a good wife. I went to Sheffield. I got to Sheffield the first night. We had a great conversation in the house. She took care of me. We cooked. It was a nice time. Then the second day, she just started with a mood swing. Frowning all day, looking all moody. And I started asking myself, have I done something wrong? Do I need to ask her if I need to give her some more money, or she need money to buy groceries? I was so confused. I was so uncomfortable. We went to the show. We bought things. She wouldn't even let me pay. She just did so. And then when we got back, I just told myself, I was chatting with my friend. I'm like, this is what is happening. The girl was like, this kind of girl would do that. So to cut the whole long story short, my point is, you built up a momentum with me.
Yeah.
You met me. Maybe I've done something, or maybe there's something she saw, or maybe eventually she just had a change of mind. And then guess what? When I eventually went back to London, I just made it clear. I said, listen, I didn't talk to you all along because you were asking me why did I stop talking. This is exactly what you did or you done to me, and I really felt embarrassed and I felt hurt. And you know what she said? She said she was only having her own moments.
What?
And you're having your own moments. When I'm around and you know that I'm coming to visit you, so continue having your moments now. When you have that moment will get pregnant for you. That moment will give you child and family.
Amazing.
So that's how it is. So you can imagine that one now. She go say she never see her husband. She never married. At 41 or 39 or what not. So
amazing.
How you want to see your husband like that?
Amazing.
How you want to see your husband?
Amazing.
I beg.
You're quite right. You know, you need to check yourself, isn't it? You need to ensure
because you're living.
You know what you want.
Sheffield, you're collecting pounds and salary. I'm in Nigeria, or because I don't have a British passport. Which what concern me with British passport and then look, if you have money, a lot of people have British passport. They can't even afford. They can't even afford breakfast.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You go to your kitchen, carry your British passport, slice it inside pot, chop it. Me, I'll be using my Nigerian passport. Okay. I'll build all the houses and all the things that I want. I can afford.
Amazing.
Doing like saying,
let's get to the questions. Let's get to the questions from our listeners because I think you've made them really excited this evening. As well.
Thanks, bro.
So we got the first question. I'll take the first question from Gemma in Grays. Gemma says, "Is it important to date many people before getting married, or is it, or do you advise being with one person your entire life?"
You can date as many people you want to date before you get married. But listen, when you're dating a lot of people, you don't have to go into sexual relationship with all of them. Just so you know you have your own dignity as a woman. But it's good to have a lot of experience with all these guys so that you have it all in your head so that when you meet the right person, you know. Because if you're vulnerable out there, they will take advantage of you. Men too, they are con. Do you get? So if the question I'm answering this person is advisable to date a whole lot of guys before you get married, but just know your mileage or your limit on your sexual relationship with them. You don't have to sleep with all of them. You don't even have to sleep with all of them. You understand? You don't even have to sleep with anyone at all. You understand? Just be catching your cruise, learn this one, learn that one. Once you feel you gather more than enough experience from the ones and the numbers you have within you, then you can actually pick one of them and just grow with the person if you want to.
Exactly.
Except even you say, you need deliverance. You understand me? Yeah.
Okay. Another question from Janice. Janice in Hendon says, what activities do you enjoy on a first date?
Yeah, I'm a very funny, lively person. So activities that we can actually put up together is just to, when we're having a conversation, that's why I said in the beginning that I want a girl who has it all. Like, your conversation has to be intoxicating for me. That way I'll be more glued to you. Plus every other qualities are there. So, activities that we can have is just when we're there, your conversation, just that conversation is all the activities that I want to see.
Yeah.
You understand me? If you need to drink alcohol to get into that mood, please drink. If you need to, whatever you need to just do, just make sure your first date activities is just being you, being real.
Being real.
Just be you, be real, be down to earth and be you. Just be yourself. Be selfless like you are.
Okay. A question from Kemi, finally a Nigerian coming in, says, how do you decide when is the right time to get down with it? Get down on it. That's a question.
Yeah, it's Kemi, my answer to that is by the time before it's like somebody inviting you for a date. If this person is annoying on the phone for the first, second, third time you guys have been talking, you won't even go out on a date. So obviously, if you go on a date with someone and the guy is good, is mutual, the feeling is mutual, then you will know when it's time for you to get down on it. Don't let anybody rush you into anything. Take your time to know this guy. Let this guy take his time. But some guys, they just want to meet you the first day, the next day, they want to start telling you to come to their house at 6 p.m. Or come sleep over. So you would know when you see a guy that is calm, that is not all about this and that, sex and all that, you will find out. Then that's where you can determine if you want to go down on the guy. This is not a question for anybody to tell you this is the answer. This is the one you use your own head, your sense to know, say, man, this guy is playing me or this guy is right. So as it is, when you're with someone and you've been watching over for a couple of weeks and stuff, take your time. Let them know.
Okay.
I mean, girls have a way of satisfying themselves even without a guy. Guys do too. So you don't need to target with the guys. Just wait until when it's time for you and you know that the guy is the right person for you.
Fantastic.
And then you can get down on it.
Okay. So I'll take this last question. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if I don't ask you a question because time is of the essence here. Bigiano has been a very fantastic guest. So we have this last question from Laura in Leighton. Laura says, have you ever dated below your standards that you set, below standards you set yourself?
Well, I think it has happened to me before because I was pitying the situation of this person. I had a pity, so at the end of the day, it burns me so badly. So, I'm this person who doesn't discriminate because I'm a star or my family is this and that, or because I'm making money. I can be with anyone. I can date anyone. But it has got me burned before, so I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that now.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that now.
Fantastic. Everyone, thank you for the questions that you sent in. So I want to talk about your music now. Let's talk about your music. Shayo, oh my gosh, the track, anywhere it's played, till date, it's just a banger. It's amazing. And I love the new track as well, Go Crazy. I think that's a banger as well. Tell us, how did it all start? How did Bigiano start? How did that music start?
It's a long story, but I think we have the time to really play around with all of this. I'm a family of 6, and I'm a 4th in the family. My mom sings in the church. My dad sings. He plays record and music in the house while we're growing up. So I grew up with that kind of background where we got to be in the choir in the church. Even in my school, we have to be in the choir. So at the end of the day, I find myself in the church as a minister, and we go from parishes to minister and all that. And at the end of the day, there's politics in the church, and I just jump on the street. And I find out that God just want to use me as well. So I did Shayo after my crisis with emotional depression. It was after that I came up with that song. And then God just, blessed me with that because he felt it's time for me to have the breakthrough. So because I can't say it's my wisdom or anything. Yes, I put in my own little work, but it's just God and my family around me who supported me through that.
Amazing.
So, and that's how Shawe began. And I used to be with the band before then, Triple B, the Alari was younger brother. We, had a couple of hits out there. It's tough. We started together with the likes of the Two-Face, the Plantation Boys, and the Azadus, and Kenny's music, and all that. So it's a journey that I went through the process. My dad and my mom, they're not really supporting me to going through that. Circularly, like they want me to just do other things, but I just walk out, go like that, man. Like
I feel you.
Going
after your dream.
So it wasn't easy. Yeah, it wasn't quite easy. So for talent, potential, that is God given. It's in me that I can wake up anytime and just make a hit song.
Fantastic.
So it's just God. That's just God. It's not like I'm a
Are you currently working on anything present? Should we expect more?
Yeah, I think I want to drop one more album.
Okay.
And then after that, I just might just be giving out some artists that's on our label. At the moment, we have a couple of artists on my label, and that we want to kind of bring out, let everybody know them, let everybody see them, let them just show the world what they have as well. But for me, I'm working on a full album now.
Fantastic.
With my team.
Fantastic. Yeah, do let us know here on Double9 Radio. We'll definitely be part of that promotional team for you as well, because we love what you're doing. And also, we appreciate the support you're giving us as well for coming on the show today to share your experiences around mature dating, and also giving us a bit of an insight of the amazing Bigiano, the great Shayo master, who dropped a track, and also who likes using the emergency exit if they don't pay. Bigiano, I want to say thank you very much for coming on the show today. It's been amazing. It's been great.
Thank you so much for having me.
I can't wait to have you back. I can't wait to have you back on this show, talking about great things, talking about more of what you've been doing and what to expect in 2020, 2021 as well. So please do keep us up to date on your progress, on all you do as well. But
thank you so much. I really
carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, I really appreciate your time and my time with y'all. I really do.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Before you go, do you want to say any last words for our listeners out there?
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you guys to, stick around and always, be with us every time we're here. It's always fun. I've learned so much today as well. And then just stick around and be good. We have so much going on under the planet already. The universe is not even fair. It's not even fair to all the humans right now because we have the pandemic going around the world. It's a global thing. So, the only way we can actually make ourselves happy is to have this kind of movement and then be able to talk to each other, because I can't even travel at the moment because the borders are closed.
Wow.
But today, I'm sure a lot of people are happy listening and hearing my voice. It's like I'm in London. You get me? So, that's what I want to say. So, stick around and just download all my songs, all my old tunes and my new tunes, and just wait for my new album. And then put God first in everything you do and behave yourself.
Amen. Fantastic. Bigiano, it's been amazing. It's been great. Thank you for coming on today's show, 35 and Social. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And have a fantastic weekend. And I wish you all the best in the future.
Thank you so much, bro. God bless you.
Yeah.